Blackstone presents Weird Tales Magazine number 366, Sword and Sorcery issue. This collection is read by Scott Aiello, John Pirhalla, Simon Vance, Paul Woodson, Hilary Huber, Roger Clark, Tim Campbell, Chelsea Stevens, Dion Graham, Joe Hempel, Steve West, James Langton, Neil Hellegers, Natalie Naudus, and Peter Berkrot.
The Airy. Jonathan Mayberry, editor. Weird Tales number 366, Swords and Sorcery. The very first book I ever bought with my own money, hard-earned allowance money after doing a lot of chores, was Conan the Wanderer, the 1968 Lancer paperback edition. It was a slim volume that included 4 stories of the Cimmerian barbarian swordsman by Robert E. Howard. Of those 4 tales, one was a new, at that time, pastiche written by L. Sprague de Camp and Lynn Carter, and the other was one of Howard's El Barak tales, though unpublished in his lifetime and later revised into a Conan tale by de Camp. The other 2, however, were original Conan adventures that ring with the true Howard sense of grandeur and pulp energy. Shadows in Zamboula was first published in Weird Tales in the November 1935 issue, though with a different title, The Man-Eaters of Zamboula. The second, The Devil in Iron, was published the previous year, in the August 1934 Weird Tales. These stories were my introduction to a genre originally known variously as heroic fantasy, adventure fantasy, and swords and sorcery, this latter term coined by Fritz Leiber in 1961. As a 10-year-old kid in one of Philadelphia's poorer neighborhoods in 1968, I had no idea that I just stumbled onto something big, a whole new world, a whole new kind of storytelling filled with wizards and monsters, secret cults of serpent men, creatures from nightmare dimensions, and brawny heroes with glittering blades. Before buying that book, I had read a lot of mysteries, Ed McBain's 87th Precinct novels, some Tarzan, and potboilers in the sword and planet subgenre of science fantasy, such as Edgar Rice Burroughs' John Carter of Mars, and Carson of Venus, and Otis Adelbert Klein's Prince of Peril. They were fun, and I'd continue reading those, but the Conan stories gripped me. They compelled me to read more and more and more. It would be years before I encountered the source of these stories, Weird Tales Magazine, which was introduced to me by L. Sprague de Camp, who...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?